What up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back, Gremlins on Sports Talk. Yes, episode 14. Sorry about the delay, but guess who's back? Got a lot of kickoff today. We're gonna start off with some NBA stuff, man. NBA looks like they're trying to get it cocky. They look like they're trying to get it coming back. So, here we go. This is what we talked about. They were going to quarantine everybody. Disney then gave them the outlet. Disney said, come on. Each team's going to have their own hotel. You know what I mean? You can be quarantined at Disney. You get your own hotel. And you got one hotel and officials for each team. So, this is what I've been talking about for how long ago? You know what I'm saying? We could have had this popping a long time ago. But the funny thing about it is, the craziest thing is they talking about doing a NCAA bracket type. I mean, obviously it's not one and done, but it's like number 16 versus number 1. No matter if it's the Western Conference or Eastern Conference. And this could shake up everything because of what everybody's been already talking about changing the dates for the NBA season. Because nobody wants to compete with the NFL, but nobody watches it. You know, nobody watches the NFL or basketball until after Christmas anyway. You know what I mean? So, I think this is going to have repercussions and ramifications about a lot of things. I feel like the 16-1 is what they've been talking about. Eastern Conference, Western Conference. Yeah, you might get an Eastern Conference or a Western Conference trophy or something for winning that conference. But the playoffs is going to be different. It's kind of like winning the ACC tournament or the ACC regular season or whatever. But that don't mean nothing. You still gonna get ranked according to wherever you at to be world champions. So this could be interesting. I mean, I want to know what y'all think about that. What y'all think about 16 versus 1, 15 versus 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the Lakers and the Clippers are the top teams and that's what it would be yet. But if it came down to them in the finals, that'd be crazy. For the finals, that'd be crazy. But people sleeping on the Eastern Conference, yo. I feel like with all this madness going on, a team like the Celtics, yo, I'm telling you, I don't know, I've been one of these Celtic people that nobody's talking about. Everybody's on this Giannis thing. Everybody's on this and this and this. I've been always saying the Celtics seem like they're the most complete team to me. And they're deep. Deep. I mean, people sleep on their coach. They be dogging the coach, like whatever. But I'll tell you what, with the Kyrie and Kemba Walker, Kyrie's above Kemba Walker, no question. But like we talked about with the Dream Team, as Isaiah Thomas and all that, which we will get to later. It's about fit. You know, I think Scott Harlow said it best. It's about fit. It's about them fitting together and being able to play. Kemba Walker, his ego fits better with Jason Tatum. I think Kemba Walker realizes Jason Tatum's coming. Jason Tatum has that Kobe instinct in him. I mean, he did train with him, whatever, but he's coming. And they got other players. Marcus Smart, dirty player. Not dirty, but he does the dirty work, does all this stuff. Gordon Hayward, who's a star for Utah. He had that horrific injury, but he's back. They got Jaylen Brown. Yo, I just feel like this team, they're coming. I think they are coming. And I think they might force Giannis to leave Milwaukee. If Giannis does not get to the finals this year, what does he got? 1 more year on his contract? Maybe 2? But he's going to have to decide, hey, can I win in Milwaukee? Can I win in a small market city like Milwaukee? Or am I going to have to leave because I can't get past Boston? I mean, so I just think about little things like this. Little stuff like that can shake up everything, the future of everything. But I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, sports is coming. I mean, Texas just signed off today saying they're going to allow fans to go to their events. So it's getting to the point where it's like all these people sacrifice their lives for nothing, in my opinion. If we could just go back to opening everything up the way it was. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong or right or whatever, but I just felt like nothing got accomplished, really. I don't know. It seems like there was this big old hysteria and fear, which still is fear, that the government and everybody put on us. But now it's kind of like, oh, open up the beaches, open up different states, open up this and this and this, open up this. So I don't know. We'll see how it comes about. We'll see what happens. It's what it is. I mean, ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing we all can do. Just pray about it, and that's it. Believe and hope for the best. Talking about the NBA season and things of that nature, probably the most highly profiled athlete to speak up against this was Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard talking about, hey, if I ain't got a chance for the playoffs, I'm not playing. He said, I'm not playing. I'm not risking it if I can't go to the playoffs. So what do we think about that? I mean, I look at it like, I understand what he's saying. He's trying to be safe for his family, for whoever. I totally get it. But then on the other hand, I look at it kind of like how we play fantasy football. We're like, all right, shoot. This person's out of the playoffs. Is he really going to try to set up his lineup? Is he really going to try to do it? Because that's what matters. It could wind up keeping somebody else out of the playoffs. Brandon knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Damian Lillard, you might not make the playoffs. I think he's like 3 games out with like 13 left or something like that. But suppose something happens where there's like 2 games left and he's out of the playoffs. And if he beats these teams that he's playing, they can knock them off or make some playoff adjustments. And he decides not to play. He dictated who made it, whatever can change it. I mean, you never know what could change history of anything by one person's actions. So how do y'all feel about Damian Lillard saying that? Do you think it's okay for him to be like, hey, if we're not in it, I'm not risking? Or you're paid, you're supposed to play that. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, I can see both sides of it, but I'm going with you're supposed to play. If they're making it safe for everybody else to play, then you're supposed to play. I don't care whether you're not in it or not. You're supposed to play. You're a professional. You're a fat professional. You're getting paid to play. You're getting paid to entertain me. I'm not going to your concert while you're telling me to jump up, clap, and everything else. No, you jump up and clap. You jump. I want to sit down and watch you jump. That's what you paid for. That's my opinion. What y'all think about that? Staying with the NBA, the hot, juicy topic again. I told you we'd come back to this. Audio tape of Rod Thorne, then NBA executive, and Michael Jordan confirmed he didn't want Isaiah on the Dream Team. So why you lying, bro? Why you lying, Mike? Why you lying? Start calling you Psych Jordan. Psych. But Kendrick Perkins, I know y'all been seeing Kendrick Perkins going off. He talking about LeBron's the real GOAT. I mean, he is dog talking about free Zeke. Shut the hell up, Kendrick Perkins. Don't nobody care about you. Kendrick Perkins, don't nobody care about you. You ain't got no clout for nothing. You were cool when it was the whole Kevin Durant, Westbrook thing because you were on their team for a minute. Don't really care. Yeah, and I don't like you because you stopped Kobe from getting his 6th ring with the Celtics. That was your claim to fame anyway. Get out of my face. But, I do like the fact that he's stepping up to Michael Jordan. Like, yo, you out here, you dry snitching, lying, you doing all this stuff. When it seems like everybody else is scared to call Mike out. Kendrick Perkins is a man. He's a man. He ain't scared of that. And I feel like you meet Kendrick Perkins in an alley, you might want to just try to climb a building or something like this month. But, I do like that. I do like the fact that he ain't scared, though. It reminds me of like a Family Dollar version of Charles Barkley. You just never really got quite there, but you had the kind of ingredients for it, kind of like the fisherman with the dollar bill. Oh, you almost had it. Yeah, that's Kendrick Perkins. Family Dollar, Charles Barkley. But, yeah, what we feel about that now? Now we hear about Horace Grant talking about, yo, that wasn't me. Nobody really cared what Horace Grant had to say, but now it's like, oh. And now Scotty saying stuff, people are like, oh. So how much of that documentary or Jordan documentary was real, which wasn't? Like, tell me. Now I feel like something else scary pop off. Because Charles Barkley never said nothing about when Jordan was saying different things, whatever. I feel like some more is going to keep coming with that. It's kind of crazy. We'll see how that pops off. But I tell you, Kendrick Perkins don't care, yo. Kendrick Perkins don't care. Alright, so since we were talking about The Last Dance, there's no more Last Dance, but I feel like we're going to talk about it some more in upcoming events. Who's watching the Lance Armstrong show? I'm going to watch all these joints. The Lance one, definitely the Bruce Lee one, and definitely the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run one. I feel like all those are gonna be beast. I feel like 30 for 30s are good anyway, but these documentary ones, like the Last Dance ones, are like extra good. You know what I mean? So who's watching Last Dance? I mean, not like, see, I'm still talking about The Last Lance. Who's watching The Lance? It's definitely way more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. I'm intrigued to see how deep they really gonna go, though. You know what I mean? Because Lance Armstrong, last time I seen him, he was like, oh, you know, because after he got caught up and stuff and had to admit it, now he seems like he's candid. He's like, yo, yeah, I did this, whatever. And I didn't realize how crazy of an athlete he was, yo, doing the triathlons and the swimming and all that. I ain't never heard of the dude like that being all like superstar when he was 16, 15 years old. Maybe, you know, swimming and all that kind of stuff wasn't my thing, but that's crazy that he was known like that early. But his ego to this day is still like that. I feel like to be the best at any kind of sport like that, your ego has to take an extra charge. And his ego took a gigantic. I mean, you got caught, busted for lying, for doing all these things, and having all these issues and whatever, getting people to show remorse for you for having testicular cancer and all that. And you still out here like, shit, I'm the man. I mean, that's some stuff, yo. And that was just episode 1. So I'm hyped to see the next one on Sunday. I think it's just going to get better and better from there, really, to tell you the truth. I didn't think it was going to be that good, honestly. That's why I was like, oh, that's why they're doing this one first. Because it's not going to be that good. All right. We're going to get into some football now. Heard a lot of debates about football. People talking about different things with football. So we're going to get into it. Number 1 person on the list we're going to talk about. We're not talking about no Dak tonight. We're not talking about no Cam Newton today, all right? Dak, if you want to go ahead and get your $31 million, you want 40, which I don't know why. Whatever. I could care less. I hope the Cowboys do pay you. That way they can't pay nobody else. And Cam Newton, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't even know. Don't know. I don't know how things be working nowadays. But what I do know is there's a crazy mug out here. Crazy mug out here that somebody's going to take a chance on because he's crazy good. And that's Antonio Brown. So when I started thinking about it, I said, what teams would fit Antonio Brown? And then what teams would help him, he would put them in contention for a championship? All right, so I'm going to break it down like this. Here's my teams, pros and cons, all right, for the contention. My first team, the Texans. The Texans, yeah, they made the playoffs, whatever. I never really have any faith in them. But you lost Hopkins for basically nothing. Yeah, you got Brandon Cooks on the outside. What happens if you give Antonio Brown over there? You got Brandon Cooks who's going to take the top off. And then you got Antonio Brown, Kenny Stills, and Will Fuller that can take the top off too. So you got 2 guys that's going to take the top off. And then you put somebody like Antonio Brown in there who now can demand single coverage mismatches. I feel like that he could do something for that Texans team. Put him over the top? Maybe not. Because he's still kind of crazy. And then that crazy coach don't seem like he got control of that. And Antonio Brown probably would be cancerous in that locker room. So that's my pros and cons. So I'm going to go add to them. All right. My next team was the San Francisco 49ers. They lost Emmanuel Sanders. They got Debo, but Debo is young. You put a talent like Antonio Brown on a team that was just in the Super Bowl, and woo, he can make that quarterback look like he a star. I'll tell you that. He can definitely do that. But my cons for that, you got a wimpy head coach in Shanahan. New word, GM, Lynch and all them. I just feel like I don't know if they can handle him. I mean, he folds under pressure. Look what he did in the Super Bowl. Look what he did with the Falcons. Shanahan I'm talking about. I don't know if he could be able to handle him. So that's my con for them, so I'm going to X them out. The next one, the Colts. Hey, they rolling the dice right now. They got Phillip Rivers. They're rolling the dice. They're trying to put it all in. They're improving their defense. They just drafted another running back. They got Marlon Mack. So they got players. You put Antonio Brown in that mix. Give Phillip Rivers Antonio Brown. Look what he did with Keenan Allen for all those years. hey, I think that could work, especially with that coaching staff who helped with the Eagles and stuff. I think that the Colts could do it. What's the problem with the Colts then? I don't think it's enough. I think Phillip Rivers is almost to the end, and Antonio Brown's gonna get frustrated for not getting the rock enough, and it'll probably blow up in their face. Next team I'm talking about is Old Faithful, his old team, the Steelers. Imagine him being back with Juju, what they did. I mean, the Steelers need some kind of weapon like that. Juju, I don't know if he proved that he's the number one or not. Yeah, I know he had some injuries, stuff like that, but is he a number one? Put him with Antonio Brown, boom, boom, boom. But come on, guys. We know what the cons are going to be. You've been there before, dude. You can't act like nothing happened. It's like you cheated on your girlfriend or something 15 times, talk trash on them, call people out, and you're like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Hey, baby, come here. Nah. They're like, nah, bro, nah. Don't think it could work. The next one, Buffalo. Buffalo Bills, they're poised to take over the AFC. Poised to take it over. Can they? If they had Antonio Brown to go with Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, and the other young dude they got, Josh Allen, I would say that would be scary. But here's my cons for that. Coach, I'm not really sure that he can handle it. Stephon Diggs, he wanted to get out of there. Adam Thielen was getting all the balls. That's why Diggs started chirping, chirp. You don't think he gonna chirp and Antonio Brown gonna chirp when both of them trying to get the balls from a still young quarterback? That's gonna cancel it out. That's the con. Cancel that out. Next one is the team that Stephon Diggs left, the Vikings. Shh. Antonio Brown for Stephon Diggs to go along with Thielen? Yes, sir. I'll take that all day. What's the problem with that then? What's the problem? That seems like a fit. Well, you still got Kirk Cousins throwing the ball. And if he couldn't get it to Stephon Diggs, he can't get it to Antonio Brown. I'm just saying. I could see the coach not being... I just feel like he would run over their organization. The Vikings have been one of those organizations that's just been there. They've been there. They're relevant a little, but then it's never over the hump. And I feel like he would just make it crazy for them. And the last team that I'm going to talk about for that you put them in contention if everything was perfect would be Green Bay. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers would love a toy like that. Devontae Adams on one side, Antonio Brown. That would be scary. And I think Antonio Brown would listen to Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers got that clout. The only problem is that coach. I feel like he can't handle Aaron Rodgers right now. How are you going to handle Antonio Brown? You know what I'm saying? How's that going to happen? So, that's another one that would be in contention, but I'm going to ask him out. I think there's only two choices. Two choices for Antonio Brown. To put his team in contention and for it to be able to work. The first one, the Saints. The Saints, I know they got Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas. But you put Antonio Brown with them two, with the leadership of Peyton, the coach, and then the leadership of Drew Brees, the quarterback, Antonio Brown will sit there like this. Because he knows he messed up before in New England. He was going to be quiet in New England if the other stuff didn't happen. I guarantee he would have been quiet. So the Saints is one of my two that Antonio Brown could survive, make them a Super Bowl contender, which I think the Saints are already in the Super Bowl. In my opinion, I got the Saints and I got the Chiefs Super Bowl. I think that's the Super Bowl. But the other team, who I don't have in the Super Bowl, who I don't have in winning their division, which this person could add to them winning their division, is the Seattle Seahawks. I got them losing in their division to the 49ers. But you put Antonio Brown in that team with Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, who improvises like crazy. What was one thing about Antonio Brown in Pittsburgh? Why he got all these yards? Big Ben knew how to improvise. Big Ben could shake and bake on people. You know, he had people hanging on him and throwing deep to Antonio Brown. Guess who's the next best thing at improvising, but in a different way? Russell Wilson. He can spin around. He doing all kinds of things. Antonio Brown could have a career year with the Seahawks. And who's their coach? Mr. Team-friendly, player-friendly guy himself, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll don't give a freak. He'll cheat. He'll let Reggie Bush push Matt Leinart in the end zone against Notre Dame. Yeah, I'm still bitter about that. But Pete Carroll, he would love Antonio Brown. Are you serious? Would love him. Love him. Seattle Seahawks. And that's the biggest leap. He go to that team, he could help them get to the Super Bowl. He could help them. That's how good he is. And the perfect fit would be for Seattle. Now let me know what y'all think about that, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Keep spreading the word. I'm going to post the Rich Myers show. I had a good time doing his interview. I'm going to post it on my channel. Been busy with a lot of things with my son and at work. But appreciate y'all tuning in. Keep spreading the word. Keep trying to give me some more subscribers, guys. Almost to a point where I can do something else with it. So keep pushing. Next episode, we're going to talk about division winners in football. Where I think each division, who's going to win, where they're going to place. And we're going to talk about the playoffs for that, too. I'm going to give all that brackets down, plus all the new and current news going on. But thanks, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate it. Keep everybody in prayers, man. We got to get a lot of things worked out. So, all right. Brandon, happy birthday to your son. Thanks for the postcard, picture card thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Thank y'all.